Welcome to lesson 70, part 1. It's a lovely summer June day here at Woburn, and we're on the teaching area, which is a beautifully designated space for us. It's about 300 metres long and about 160 metres wide. In the outfield there are greens and bunkers, and we have a beautiful grass teeing area for the teaching pros to use for the benefit of our members and pupils. And if you can just pan across towards the right hand side there, and the top tier of our practice ground, and we call it the Poulter Plateau because that's where Ian Poulter practices when he's home and not in America. And behind that we have the dry range canopy so that we can stay dry if it rains. So the content of this session, there is an element of repetition, but when we last dealt with the 15 benefits of one good movement, we were doing it indoors on the simulator. So we've come outdoors at Woburn on this lovely day, and what I want to get across to you is a principle that we've dealt with before, as I said, but I want to go through it in a slightly different way and try and cast some light afresh. Now, if I say to somebody that if they do one thing well, they get 15 benefits, or 15 benefits from one movement, they always look at me a bit askance. They think, surely that can't be true, it must be more complicated than that. Well, the fact of the matter, it isn't. On the basic premise that you've got good grip and good posture, one movement, which is the shoulder coil and the left shoulder to the throat, creates 15. So here we go. I'm going to just address an imaginary ball, and I'm going to assume bad posture and a bad grip. Okay? Now, if I follow my instruction and turn my left shoulder under my throat, I've got nothing. I'm all over the place. So, you've come this far a journey with me. I know you've gone to the trouble by now of copying a good pre-shot routine with a sound grip and sound posture. So now look at the difference. Address the imaginary ball, build the grip. You're well familiar with that, we've done it many times. So now, from that address, if the left shoulder ignites the swing and goes to my throat, 15 good things occur. Okay? So I'm just going to turn towards you and imagine the golf ball's up at my sternum in a horizontal plane. So, my grip and posture are good, and my left shoulder is going to go under my throat. So, when I turn my shoulder, the first thing it gives me is my swing plane. If I went up here across my jaw, I'd be upright. If I went here, I'd be flat. So when the left shoulder coils across the throat, and this is true for everybody in the horizontal mode, then that leads me to my plane. The wrist would vote for an upright swing, the forearms would vote for a flat swing, but the shoulder, the left shoulder, knows where the plane is. So that's the first benefit. Second benefit is that as you make the shoulder turn with your swing plane, you're describing the widest arc that there is. And as you do those two things, the path of the club is also good. So we're going to expand on those three in greater detail in a minute. But just as an overview, we've got plane, we've got width of arc, and we've got path. Now, when the left shoulder coils, the shoulders coil and twist. If the shoulders coil and twist, my torso, my core muscles, my hips are made to move. And if I turn my shoulders through 90 degrees roughly, then my hips turn through 45. When I turn my shoulder, my legs are obliged to twist, my knee flex is maintained, and there's an element of weight shift to my right side. So you can see that racing from the neck down, when the shoulder coils, everything below the neck is automatic. There's no need to think about what the body, hips, legs are doing. If we then continue, as the shoulder makes its journey, the forearms roll and rise to the plane, and the wrists hinge, and I know the length of my backswing, and I know the pace of my backswing, and when I turn the shoulder, I coil, and my head stays central, and therefore I have a very balanced movement. So, I hope I've got your attention. If your grip and posture are good, and you understand the shoulder journey, a 9-inch journey from here to the throat, you get 15 benefits. And what we're going to do in the subsequent lessons is just go into more detail about each of those 15 benefits. But can I tell you, when you go to the golf course, you've got to get your playing head on and reduce your swing thoughts to prepare, load and release. You can't carry the 15 thoughts out to the first tee. There isn't enough time.